Welcome back to the channel. The other week I made a video about how to diagnose stuff with a test light. Now I did record the second part to that, but the footage was terrible, so I've tried to do it again. What we're going to do is we're going to show you how to connect these connectors. The tools we're going to be using are a pair of long nose pliers. We minimally use those, not a lot. What the f***? I've just had them. I've been alright till I lost my tools. I don't quite know where I put them, y'alls. Where the bloody hell are my tools? I've only just used a pair of wire strippers and a pair of standard open barrel crimp connector tools. Not ratchet ones. I do try and use ratchet ones, but I think they're crap. And a pair of flush cuts. Now, when we're using the crimp connector tools, the end that we're going to use is this square end here. Okay, and this round end here. This is going to be to crimp where there is a chip missing out of that. It's been just how? This bit here we're going to use for crimping the wire into this bit here. Hopefully you can see that. And the round bit we use for crimping these ears down here on the insulation. We're going to cut this off here, like this. First thing I do before I strip the wire is slide the waterproof mechanism down it, like that. Okay. Now the reason I do that is once you've stripped it, the strands are going to get all frayed and horrible if you don't do that first. I'm then going to strip the wire. I'm going to crimp this on. Give it a good squeeze. Pull test. Don't be afraid of doing your pull test, okay? Don't pull it with like, oh no, I won't pull it too hard in case it comes off. If it comes off, just do it again. You give that a squeeze. That's number one done. See how quick this is? It's not a long, arduous task, this. Let's get rid of that. It's nasty. Get rid of that. Oh, I didn't do it, did I? Now I'm going to have to deal with the consequences, John. Consequences, John. Yeah. Make sure all my strands are neat and tidy again. If they weren't, I would cut this short and do it again. I wouldn't risk having the strands all over the place. Again, I want that. Good squeeze. Pull test. You see, once you've done 2 or 3 of these, it just becomes second nature. They're not as difficult as people make them out to be. They get smaller and they do get harder, but these ones aren't particularly difficult. Now, which way round is it? Let's put this in here. So yellow. Oh, which one was the yellow one? This one was the yellow one, wasn't it? It's this side. Sometimes what you have to do, if you like the content, please like and subscribe. You should do. And you have to be quite delicate. Don't go, you know, animalising it, but you've got to pull these through. If you don't, they'll come out. Sometimes you've got to give them a little bit of a pull through. Again, being gentle. Grab that. Pull it through. Clicks into place. Before I do anything else, plug it in and make sure my indicator still works. Make sure I got it the right way around. If I didn't, I've wired it in wrong, and you can all laugh at me and go, you're a knob. I have an indicator flashing. Can you see the indicator flashing? Yes, you can. And that's a nicer plug that was on there, wasn't it? So now push these back in their position. Very gently feed that in. Right. Let's push them in as far as they go. And now I have an inexpensive, nice waterproof connector. The VN800. What I want to do with this bike is I want to turn this into a YouTube project, a project that you are involved in, a project that you suggest to me what you think we should do with this bike. It could be something as simple as what colour to paint the bike, whether to put a different headlight on it, whether to put higher handlebars on it or straight bars, or whether to make a custom exhaust pipe for it. You, the viewer, leave a comment below telling me what you think I should do with this bike.